RainCode, a game that is really for the detective in mind, a game that really knows how to shine in its different areas of investigation skills, but also knows how to shine through with a whole host of baddies as well. But let's be honest, when we realized that the game was being made by the same Danganronpa people, we already know that the baddies was gonna be fire, honestly. Danganronpa has never had a real bad baddie before, besides Sonya and Sayaka. Do I include Anji? I might do. Do I want to include Anji? Let me know in the comments. Is Anji bad or is she good? I'll go either way with y'all, but I don't know about Anji. But when it comes down to things, RainCode had a lot of fine women in the game, whether they was the peacekeepers, whether they were the detectives, whether they were parts of the actual investigation itself as the murderers, or the damn culprit in the act, which is the same damn thing, why did I say that, or the victim in the case. There is so many damn baddies, and we're just gonna go over some of them, honestly. Doesn't necessarily matter what order, because I'm just gonna go in whatever order I feel like. Probably to NPCs, to peacekeepers, to detectives, because that's how I kind of feel. You had ones that was honestly slightly there, like Karen, who honestly was just only looking good because of her tits. That's it, honestly. But them tits wasn't gonna save her from what was gonna happen next. Then you also have, from that same case, Yoshiko, Warna, and Kurine, and I ain't gonna necessarily lie, I thought Yoshiko had a effing disease because of how purple she is in her sprites. But considering what she ended up being a part of later, yeah, I'll be pretty sick in the face as well. But I ain't gonna necessarily lie, when it comes down to things, Kurine and Warna was like the main two I was looking at, but I was looking more at Warna. I was mainly looking at Warna than Kurine. I ain't gonna necessarily lie, like I like my Kudere characters, so you would imagine I would go for a Kudere character. But no, I actually want to go with the loudmouth ass nonsense lady. And granted, you know, even with that bad attitude, I kind of like her design a lot more. So I'll be more definitely able to slide in some cheeks real quick and then really come out real fast because I ain't about to deal with that nasty ass attitude, honestly. There's just some characters, honestly, in this game and just in anime in general, that just have really nonsense attitudes. And I don't necessarily know why. Like, Bola and Chi-Chi is bad at that. Honestly, there's like a few other characters that's super bad at that. Hell, even the nun that is in this damn game is really bad at that, honestly. And while the nun had a nasty ass attitude, at the end of things, she isn't like a bad person. Not even like the stretch of the imagination, even though she has Metal Fox as a religion and does death metal choir, which you wouldn't think those things would go together, but for some reason in this world it kind of does. I'm compelled to ask why, but maybe I shouldn't, honestly. Maybe not knowing is for the best. But when it comes down to things, you know, you got a bad attitude, about to whip your ass in the name of the Lord and all that. And even when it comes down to things, still would like to slide on in, honestly. But at the same time, very quickly slide on out, because I ain't got time to support all that, much less take care of that. That's someone else's issue, honestly, not mine. But like I said, her attitude is the main reason why I wouldn't necessarily keep going in and sliding in constantly, because yeah, not dealing with that. But then she might be a better option, considering that someone like Aruka will just come out of nowhere and just shoot you for no damn reason. Hell, when you first meet her, she's literally talking about some, I want to use you for target practice. Hey yo, I have no time for that. If you talking about some, that's the only reason why I'm here, that's the only good thing down for, then no, I'm good on that. I will be heading out the door immediately, even though I know somebody on this damn video that's watching this right now will be like, oh, I want Aruka, she can have me, I'll be target practice all day. Absolutely not. Like, I'm trying to slide into cheeks, not necessarily die by doing so. So far we had to deal with characters that's gonna kill my ass, or characters that have a nasty ass attitude, but at the end of the day, honestly, I feel like with those characters, they just have bad attitudes in their different ways. But Kurumi? She got a little, she kinda alright though, right? Even though Shinigami keeps calling her Ugo, which I do not necessarily agree, she's cute, but when it comes down to things, you know, she's kinda alright. As a character, I'm actually kinda surprised at how much screen time they was able to give her, much less let her just be a part of the major story overall. Like, sure, she didn't have super duper major scenes, but she was there for those major moments to support the main character of Yuma, which I'm not necessarily going to lie, I was actually again pleasantly surprised, because majority of characters like this usually get killed off, or they get turned into NPCs, and that's about it, you know, or they don't necessarily have a lot to do and they get forgotten about in the story. But no, she was pretty present when she's allowed to be there, honestly. So that was honestly a really nice turnaround for her character and just overall for the story. And I think it benefited from her being there, just so you might have someone to lean on, because there's not really a lot of characters that he can lean on, honestly, especially as the story kind of progresses worse and worse and things just get even crazier. So at least Kurumi is there. But I do like how Kurumi does have a little bit of feistiness to her as well. Every time she gets like kind of annoyed at a situation, she kind of get a little feistiness in there, and I'm like, this is the perfect amount of spice, right? I ain't trying to get shot, I ain't trying to get a whole drumstick put up my ass by the damn nun, I ain't trying to go ahead and get murked by all them damn people in the play. Like, no, I'm good on that. I would like to go ahead and just have a small little feistiness if I have to deal with that, right? So Kurumi was actually pretty damn solid, and she cute as hell. Slide in, slide out all effing day. Now onto the peacekeepers and to the detectives. Who should we start off first? I'm gonna say peacekeepers because Martina Electro is definitely by far a crazy lady. She is crazy as hell, and there's absolutely no excuse for it. Lady literally be wiggling all over the world talking about some, oh, Yomi gonna get me some real good riz. I ain't gonna necessarily hold you. I want some of that Yomi. But at the end of the day, she almost got killed by Yomi, so how's that Yomi life working out for you, Martina? I don't think you want that Yomi life anymore. But also, what the hell is wrong with Yomi? Like, dead ass. You mean tell me you have a fine ass woman like this? I don't care if she crazy. You mean tell me you have a fine woman like this who is willing to do anything for you, and then you just like, nah, you failed one time, so you have to kill you now. Like, what? Absolutely not. That doesn't make any kind of sense. At least, and I'm so happy that she didn't die at the end of things. Like, the execution was held off because of some reasons of plot, and I'm absolutely happy that she was able to just live, because so many characters in these type of positions die. So I'm happy that she was able to live, honestly. Plus, it wouldn't make any kind of sense considering what chapter 5 did, so yeah, it will be kind of like, you know, but you know, maybe we'll say that for like a different video. Like, honestly, I wasn't even that interested in Martina until we got to meet her, and then we got to see what she's like, and then also you get to play as her a little bit, kinda. But at the same time, it was like, you know, I wasn't necessarily expecting to have as much fun with Miss Electro, but I did have fun with Miss Electro. I'm not gonna necessarily hold you. But that's not the main person I was mainly focused on. My focus was Guillemine Hall. Oh my gosh, this lady looks like Toga. She looks straight up like Toga, and she's fine as hell. And I'ma need this 100%. Yes, she is horrible at fortune tellers. At being a fortune teller. Yes, she's horrible because she often calls people slaves, which my skin color is gonna be a very crazy thing when it comes down to things. And then she often calls people maggots like Frieza, which also, again, looking at that skin color again. But when it comes down to things, I still like her, right? Even though she was like a bad guy and we really didn't get much screen time on her, which is insanely annoying because I was genuinely looking forward to learn about her even more, honestly. But when it comes down to things, we didn't learn anything outside of the fact that she fine as hell, that she deserves to get slide in, slide out every single day, honestly. Maybe slightly with Mary, but when it comes down to things, it just like, we didn't get anything of her. And it's so annoying. Like, I want to see more of Miss Hall. Why can't we see anything of her? Hell, even in her bio, once you stop her the first time, she's gonna say, oh, I want some bloody revenge, honestly. But we never get that. And it's so annoying that that's not the case, that we didn't get, honestly. Maybe they'll solve it in DLC. Maybe we'll get some of that. Hopefully her DLC will be right around the corner. But still, it was a disappointment that we didn't get to see much of Guillemine, honestly. Like, she was fine as hell. She was the one character out of Peacekeepers I was like, okay, I want to learn the most out of her. What's her story? Why is she fine? And why she isn't in my bed yet? So that was kind of like a big disappointment, honestly. And on the detective side, there's only two names that made things that honestly made me feel worse about when it comes to the detective side of things. Which only comes down to like two names, Poochie and Melanie. We didn't learn anything about them outside their ability and a slight bit of who they are as personality wise, which sucks because they died literally before chapter 1 even begins, right? Poochie get burnt to death and look like a damn hollow shell ghost thing Bellamy still looks fine as hell, burnt up, but still she's dead. What you gonna do with that? And don't even go into that necro stuff, because we're gonna have to have some words and some fists at the same time. But when it comes down to things, I was more so looking forward to Poochie. I wanted to learn more about her. She seemed fun. She was cute, honestly. And I'm still happy that at least there is some fan art of her out there, because that was some BS. Why did she have to die? Like, what? That still makes me kind of hot. I'm not necessarily gonna hold you. I'm like, what the hell? She was supposed to be my Shiaki. Now she got burnt up with a side of teriyaki. Like, damn.
Shut.
Huh?
Shut up, you brain-dead idiots! Pardon me. Would you mind quieting down for a bit? I need to concentrate.
Yeah, that's all you can really say about the detectives that was on the Amaterasu Express. So we gotta go to Kanai Ward for the rest of them. Which you got Fubuki, which, I'll be honest, she's like a middle of the road for me. Like, I've kind of seen a lot of the dumb gimmicks when it comes to certain female characters just being straight up dumb. Though I will say she had some fun moments though, not gonna necessarily lie. Like being called dummy thick by the customers in the cafe that she was serving, that was fun. And you know, the time stop rewind ability was also like the most badass thing that she can honestly have, which saves her ass a lot from being like bottom barrel pick of a character. But still, nonetheless, you know, that's like the only thing I can say that's got going for her, honestly. I don't really care too much for Fubuki. I'll just be straight up honest. But Halara? Absolutely. I don't want to hear no, oh, she's this gender or that gender. No, it's a woman. Shut your ass up. When it comes down to things, I want some of that Halara, even though she is disgusted by physical human contact. But then how you want to set your payment if there is no humans to exist? The concept of payment would be nothing, Halara. So you're going to have to set that physical contact and let me slide in about a few good times. I'm not going to hold you. But when it comes down to things, Halara was just Batman. She was literally just Batman in the game, and it was absolutely hilarious. Oh, if you ever need me, holler Halara Nightmare. I'm like, lady, who are you? You are literally Batman, and you literally are about money. So you might just be the Batman of Kanai Ward. No shit. You can fight, throw hands, be putting some money down. Honestly, really, you just be betting shit and then really be hired for like a ridiculous ass price. It's almost some, you know, oh, I'll do things, but I don't come cheap. I know you don't, costing more than a damn luxury car. Like, who has money like that? Who has money to spend on you like that? Simps. Also with Halara, she's be like, oh, I don't like time being wasted. I don't like, me too, Halara. So bend over real quick, let me slide in, and I'll stick quarters up your ass. That is a wild sentence to say. I'm not taking back what I said. But anyway, when it comes down to things, Halara was fun. I honestly really enjoyed her, even though she was very snippy at times. But still, nonetheless, also she likes cats, even though she's allergic to cats, which is a shame. Honestly, couldn't be me. But when it comes down to things, we have, honestly, Halara, who I would say, honestly, is like the top 3 waifu of the damn game entirely. And then I would say Guillermo was like number 2, because I just like her design way more than Halara's. But if we gotta talk about number 1, which is pretty much obvious, the main girl of the game, Shinigami. Which, I'll be perfectly honest, don't really care for the puffy form. Don't really care for it because she seems a bit more snippy in that. But when she comes to her, you know, actual full power, she seems a bit more caring, or at least she seems a bit more, you know, likable when it comes down to things. And maybe it's for one big obvious reason that keep jiggling in front of your face and that she keep referencing it over and over, which I don't necessarily mind. But Shinigami was just fun. She was your partner through the entire game. She was just fun, and she knew what she, you know, wanted to do and how to act in certain situations. And honestly, even when it comes to chapter 5, and I know I said I wasn't going to necessarily talk about chapter 5, but just how caring she was in chapter 5, understanding the situation, I really just love Shinigami on that moment, straight up. That was like the best thing when it comes to her. Hell, really at the end of chapter 4 as well, that was also like another thing that was like a really good moment for Shinigami as well. Being sexy as hell, swiping people's souls, but also having the slightness of caring for other people, even though her morality is very, very wild and crazy at times. But still, nonetheless, I absolutely love Shinigami, and she will be the number 1 pick of all the characters in the damn game, honestly. So with that being said, I'm ending this video here because last time I recorded this video it took 20 minutes. But when it comes down to things, that's essentially all I have for you for this one, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on the way else. Also follow me on the socials, And if you'd like to donate to the channel, Patreon is available as well. And until then, this is YJ, signing off. Have a blessed day.